The superhuman Hot Rider Abigail. Okay, I am with your extended Japanese title, Capcom. Now, for the record, just so that we put this on wax, this isn't the best Capcom has done as far as extended Japanese titles. That title, for the best title that Capcom has ever come up with and still hasn't topped as of right now, is the Fallen Angel of the Island of Dream, that being Metamorph Menos, aka Morph Morph from Mega Man X2. So, go watch me play Mega Man X2 when we're done with this. But regardless, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. As promised, they got a blog post now about Abigail. We're going to learn about Abigail, and we're going to learn something. Hopefully, I'm being optimistic that we're going to learn something, because I'm assuming if information is being conveyed from me, from it to me, from me to you, I'm just going to assume that's usually how the chain works, and we're going to learn something. So, let's just go with that. So, I'm going to quit playing. I'm going to quit bullshitting. Let's get through this blog post. Let's figure out what's going on with Abigail, and then, we can go do other things with our life, because I still ain't watched Power yet. So, let's do this. The superhuman Hot Rider Abigail makes his way to Street Fighter V on July the 25th. We're happy to announce Abigail, the biggest man in Metro City, as the fourth new character to join Season 2 of Street Fighter V. Hit jump to see what he's been up to since his final fight days. See, things I'm interested in. Lore. Why Abigail has tires around his damn arm. But according to the information now I know, Abigail like damn 8 feet tall. And the dude, I think he was like 500-600 pounds or something. Like, Abigail is a big dude. Like, it ain't really conveyed in Final Fight 1 when he running, turning red and stealing you in the fucking mouth. But Abigail is a big dude, and I'm just letting you know what it is. So, let's hit that jump, but we already here. So, let me get my reading voice back on. Making his way from Final Fight to Street Fighter V, Abigail was one of the top-ranking members of the Mad Gear game. His territory is the Bay Area of Metro City, a location he terrorized with his gargantuan size and at least 8 feet tall. He makes the red Cyclone look like a spinning top. The ties around Abigail's monstrous biceps makes clear what he's been up to when he hits and cracking skulls. This mountain of a man is a complete mad gearhead that loves to make car noises as much as he loves driving them. One thing that's troubling Abigail is the whereabouts of his prized monster truck. Be sure to check out his character story as he brawls his way through the main streets of Metro City and search for it. So, you telling me Abigail's story is technically Dudley's story from Street Fighter 3 when Gil took his daddy car because he like, yo, I'm Gil, I'm God, I'll just steal your daddy car because fuck you, pal. Okay. I'm fine with this. Okay, so far. I'm like, before we get into the rest of this, because, this is just inference of just me just sitting up here thinking about it. Like, I remember when I wrote my blog post initially when I was going through the characters and I was trying to figure out, like, what time frame that Street Fighter V took place in and trying to find out, like, the goals and thought process of these characters who were reintroducing into the game who we haven't seen in a long time. Abigail is a pure example because at this point, the Mad Gear has been crushed for at least, I want to say, a year and a half. Because Final Fight 3 takes place in, I want to say, 1994 or 5. I want to say that Final Fight 3 takes place right before Street Fighter 4. I think that's where that falls in the timeline because remember Final Fight 1 is in 89 and then Final Fight 2 I want to say is like 91, 92 and I want to say like Final Fight 3 is like I want to say like 94-ish. Because I want to say it's a bit of time because Guy at that point was still training to become the 39th Master of Bushunryu at that point. So I want to say about 94, 95 given that information. So just like I remember when I spoke about, who is that? Mr. Birdie, when I was talking about how 7 years can do damage to a dude, because the last time we heard from Birdie was back in 89, and, Birdie wasn't really doing much. in the aftermath of whatever the hell Alpha 2 and what Alpha 3 was that cleaned up the rest of that mess. So in that instance, it's good to see Abigail still putting in work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's good to see that after all that time, the place that he used to run. So I'm assuming that maybe Street Fighter V doesn't even consider what the Skull Cross gang did in Final Fight 3 in actual canonical events. I am not really sure, because it's been a while since I've been on the CFN to see if they've talked about actual Final Fight 3 characters, and I don't know if they have. I don't know, because I think there may be mention of Lucia and Dean, but nobody majorly from the Skull Cross gang. So maybe the Skull Cross gang thing was you beat Final Fight 3, you win, you crush the Skull Cross gang, and maybe it's like, yo, we still throw up Mad Gears, you know what I'm saying, in retrospect, because it's Mad Gear gang, we run Metro City, but it ain't like, you know, like we running the streets and strapping up your daughter and stripping her half naked, saying if you don't give us what we want, we'll slash this bitch's throat. So, I don't know. But enough lore. Let's remember the thing before I got off on this little tirade was, I'm not really sure like what's really good with Mad Gear, and if anything after Final Fight 1 is actually canon. It is, but trying to consider how, you know, Capcom doesn't really give a shit about canon. They're trying, but don't really give a shit. But we'll discuss that another time when somebody plays the damn story and I can look at it, or actually play it myself, which is what I prefer, but one day we'll do that. But enough about lore. Let's get back to this thing. And there are pictures. Lots of pictures. You know, if I actually, you know, did due diligence and actually want to entertain you, I'd show you pictures, but you have this black screen, so close your fucking eyes and pretend. How about that? Moving right along. We have his V skill, Hunger Bee. Now, Abigail thrusts his sizable belly forwards, either high or low, countering the opponent's attack and setting himself up for a combo opportunity. I'm looking at the GIF for an example, and I'm like, poor Ed, dog. I'm like, damn. I'm like, nephew up here taking this beating. You supposed to be the new M. Bison, and you up here getting whooped. Neil McDonough would be sad because he is the real Bison. I'm like, y'all would get that inside joke if y'all watch the stuff me and Jay make about the TV show we watch. That's an inside joke about Neil McDonough and, you know what I'm saying, and Arrow and, you know, the Street Fighter movie that we're not supposed to talk about, but just saying. So, I'm looking at this GIF and looking at this counter though. I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, it's insane in the instance that it makes sense. Like, it's insane in the thought process of, yo, giving Abigail a move like this makes sense, especially as a V skill. Because, see, Abigail a monster. We know this from the trailer. We all watched together, remember? We watched the trailer. Everybody should have watched it by now. It's on this damn channel. You should have watched it. Is Abigail don't have a lot of foot speed. So giving him a counter like this, it's amazing, but I'm like, because for the sake of balance, let me just assume you throw the incorrect. It's like, because see, it looked like. Let me see, because the way I'm looking at this GIF, it doesn't seem like there's more than one version of Hunger Bee. Like, it seems like you probably do the same animation and it counters high or low. It's kind of like when you do counters in Dead or Alive, like you throw your hands out the same way, but it counters different shit. So it may be if an Abigail player throws out the wrong version of Hunger Bee, they can get mad blown up. At least I hope and pray that it's balanced. That if you throw out the wrong version of Hunger Bee and the opponent gets right, you get blown up for free. So Given that information, well, fan, come back on. It's too hot for this shit. It's too hot in the loo. Be turning the damn fan off. So I'm looking at this, and for real, we sat up here for the past couple of minutes, and I'm looking at this GIF going over and over again, and I'm just trying to sit up here and consider, like, yo, that would be the thing that makes sense. If Hunger Bee doesn't work like that, it needs to. Same animation, different button presses. If the opponent gets it now, because it's like, it seemed like you would treat that like you would cross counter, maybe. When you think about cross counter and like actual action, where you see somebody throw a Hunger Bee like this, and you would be like, well, I'd rather wait, and then it's like wait until it's over, because by time Abigail come out and you get a Lab Monsters a day or two and they update the frame data, you could probably a good player will be able to sit up here and know how many frames Hunger Bee is active and know how many frames that Hunger Bee recovers, so you don't have to guess. You wait and then you sit up here and you punish him anyway. But then giving a move that type of I don't want to say advantage. I want to say that the move works like that, but then having the move work this way, in the instance, in the way that you would think that it would work when you're trying to think about it in a gameplay situation, is that don't make the move good, because it's like, if I throw this out, I'm free to get busted. So I have to assume Hunger Bee ain't active for long, but it's active enough for it to act as a counter. But unless there's some real reward and risk for throwing out the move, then the move is going to be imbalanced in a way, either for Abigail to be in a position that it makes no sense for him to use it, or for the opponent to where they have to fear this damn move in a way that could break the game's balance. So there's that. Oh, and the other thing I was trying to say about, your Lord M. Bison, aka Neil McDonough, something about Damien Dark getting stabbed. Stabbing him! Okay, so I've discussed Hunger Bee into the ground. I have, and I'm just sitting up here looking at this move and just trying to think about practical applications, because that's what I do. Practical application. That what makes me me. Moving right along. Abigail's V-trigger is max power. After popping his 2-part V-trigger, Abigail can charge up his 4 different heavy punches for 1 hit of armor and extended juggles. A full charge will break the opponent's guard. Now see, I love this move for one reason. Not for anything that it does, because it looks amazing as all hell. He turned fucking red and he punches you really fucking hard, which gives me fucking nightmares. So there you go. See, I don't really need to remember that, my no death runs of Final Fight usually die when he punches me in the damn face. Now, I have been able to, once or twice, on the Super Nintendo version, on Final Fight 1, and in the arcade version, to do a no-death run of Final Fight. But a lot of those no-death runs ended because, I missed the punch on the final destruction that gave Abigail enough time to either heave me over his fucking shoulders or punch me really fucking hard in the face. So, I'm glad we can sit up here and I can have a therapeutic moment and think about playing this video game that I love so much. Regardless, the move max power. I'm like, this the type of move that you want Abigail to have. And for it to be a 2-bar V-trigger, I'm like, I'm sitting up here looking at Hunger Bee right now. I'm staring back at this GIF again because, let's go on another 5-minute tirade about this counter V skill. Is that you have to sit up here and wonder, how many Hunger Bees do it take to fill up max power? Because you got to sit up here and also assume that Abigail at least gonna have 1,100 health. I think character health in the Street Fighter 5 goes that high. I know Zangief got hella health and shit, and I think health values and you know what? Fuck it. You know what? See, this is why you shouldn't let me talk. This is why I shouldn't investigate my own mind. Let me see. Let's see. I want to know what health values are. So let's see. Let me see. No, this doesn't work because this is old. This is old shit. Let me see. The last time, okay, that's Colin shit. Jesus Christ. Okay, where is this information for me to just look at? Like, Google, let me see. Give me this information within the last month, because that'll give me the information, because Colin came out, February? You know what I'm saying? So, I just need that information. So, let me see, because I want to know what the health values are, because, let me see. Let me see here. It does not say. Something about unlocking trophies and shit. This does not fucking help me at all. I'm sitting up here trying to make a point. But see, here's the thing. I didn't expect myself to get to this point to want to explore this. I'm like, I don't know if you guys have figured it out yet. And this is probably important. I come to this with just an initial thought to go through something, and then my mind just wanders, right? So I sorted this by health, right? Where Akuma at? Cause let me see, cause Akuma ain't on her, cause there he is right here. So I'm like, this information ain't even updated. Jeebus. Okay, internet. I just want like a rundown of the damn health values in this video game. It shouldn't be that hard to fucking locate, right? For real. Straight up. Like, for real. Like, I just want to know the health values for this game. And it's like, the internet's like, no, you cannot know this information. Because I'm like, okay, thank you for suggesting that. Because let me see. That's not information either. That is not information. So, Lord Jesus Christ. Jehovah in heaven. Okay. Let me see. I just need a list of health values. It shouldn't be that hard to pull this information up. I swear to God. Like, for real. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, okay. You would think I would search for this. I would search for this on the internet. And then it would just say, this is what it is. And it's not. Here is what I know off the top of my head. I know that Zangief has the most health in the game as of right now. And I think that is about 1,200. Right? I think that's about 1,200, I think. And I think it goes, whatever and such. So, let me see. Let's just say, for the sake of this is getting on my damn nerves, and this information isn't fucking readily available for me to sit up here and talk about, because you would think it fucking would be if I search for this shit on the fucking internet and it's just like, no. So, internet, here's the thing. You get on my nerves. That's just it. Internet, hold on for one moment, please. Sorry about that. Had to take a phone call really quickly. While I was taking that phone call, I had a chance to look at it. Geef has 1050, and the lowest is Cammy and Akuma with 900. And I know that Akuma used to have lower health than that. I remember hearing that. But anyway, regardless of the point of it's hard as hell to find the information readily available, is given that it's not 1,200 and it's 1050, I expect Abigail to at least have 1,100 health, if not more than that. That just seems to make sense for the character. So I went so far off that deep end of trying to figure this out. It's like, I forget what the hell I said. But look, Abigail will probably have 1,100 health, if not more than that, and we will see on July the 25th. So let's go ahead, let's get through the rest of this, y'all. Abigail's critical ward is the Abigail Special. Abigail slams his opponents with a downward open palm strike that puts him into a daze. He then hoists him into the air, pummeling like a Mason speed bag before launching the savage hook that shatters the screen. What is this, Killer Instinct 1? Or, yeah, Killer Instinct 1, that shatter screen, that's, what? TJ Combo and, what, Saberwolf's No Mercy? Yeah. So, I'm like, he just sits up here, like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I think they could have probably, I really think something simple like Geef's would have been better. Just like simple, just straight up, just a punch that just sits up here and just blow. You know what I'm saying? None of. I'm like, but then the way they playing Abigail up is like he seemed like he liked to play with his food, like to clown around a little bit. So I guess, you know what I'm saying, giving him something that extravagant, makes sense. So so there's that. So as the largest character in the game, you expect Abigail to be all about command grabs. He has two as it happens, but what makes him stand out is his Nitro Charge Run. This special move has 1 hit of armor, 2 for reacts of course, and can be cancelled into 1 of 4 follow-ups. A Stiff Punch, a classic that ended a whole bunch of my runs, a Command Grab, which I hope he hoists them over his damn shoulder and throws them and does massive damage, a Cumbersome Overhead, or his V-Skill. Suffice to say, Abigail isn't a one-trick pony. He's a horse powerhouse. Oh, honey. Anyway. Also arriving Abigail are his story and premium battle costumes, as well as his own personal stage, the Metro City Bay Area. Fight on this stage long enough and you might see the iconic sunrise that fans will remember back in Abigail's final fight days. See, here's the question I got. Where's the healing dog? Where's the healing dog? That's my question. Where is indeed the healing dog? They don't say. Hopefully, healing dog is in there somewhere. He probably won't heal you, but healing dog should be somewhere. It's a thing. I'm like, I just know about this stuff. Go research the dogs in the Bay Area stage on your own time. And they got pictures of his of his costumes. He's got this one little thing, got this metal workshop thing going, and got more tires on him, and then this other thing where he like a damn monster truck. So look pretty cool. Don't forget the Season 2 Character Pass is available for $29.99, whether that's euros or that's Trump bucks, or you got the Queen's pounds for $24.99, and will grant pass holders with Akuma, Colin, and Abigail, and the 2 other brand new people to be announced later this year. This pass comes with premium battle costume 3 through 10 unlocked for his default costume and for his default costumes and for his battle costumes as well. So additionally, season pass holders, you get a PS4 theme and stuff like that. And we went through the other stuff yesterday, like the Ring or whatever stage. They played it last night at Evo, so there's that too. So that about wraps this up. I'd like to thank you for joining me on my tirade of trying to find health tiers for a video game I don't fucking play. You know what I'm saying? That was fun. I'm glad we sat up here and I could share this moment with you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a video. That's what I do. I got some other stuff I got to do, including watching Power and having dinner. So I probably will cook the dinner, watch Power, eat the rest of the dinner while watching Power. So how about that? So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. You know who it is. The one and the out. The triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that, I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.